Hi, my name's Tom Cho, and I'm the author of the collection of fictions Look Who's Morphing, which has been released this month by Arsenal Pulp Press for North America and Europe, and the book was initially published in Australia. It sort of became interesting, this idea of having myself on the cover of the book. I mean, authors rarely appear on the front cover of their book, especially if this is my debut work. I sort of suggested this idea of having a sort of liquid sideburn, and I think Owen then camped it up with making that liquid sideburn pink, and then kind of created a sort of perhaps tongue-in-cheek, not necessarily, effect of having a sort of having that liquid, also part of that liquid emanating from a scar. Sort of a kind of a tough guy look.
Mm-hmm. Is that your real hair?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay.
There was a while when I actually grew my hair into a pompadour hairstyle. When the book came out in Australia in 2009, but I was not able to achieve that effect. Sometimes the protagonist is referred to as Tom Cho, and I think it absolutely plays with, then teases the reader with this suggestion, and I probably tease myself with this suggestion too. I mean, but clearly the book is also so, as I said, sort of flaunts its fictitiousness and is so heavily stylized that, to read it as autobiography, it's a very slippery book in which to do so. Just the fact that, there were all the morphing that goes on, the transformations of the protagonist show that it's a dangerously fun thing to do to read the book as autobiography. It's funny, but I get asked that question a lot as to whether the family members depicted in the book are real people or not. I mean, part of me wants to sort of say, as I have done on a number of occasions, are you asking, for example, whether, my real life auntie became possessed by a demon and then began masturbating with a crucifix? For myself, I think I consider the sort of central theme of the book to be identity, more specifically personal identity, but obviously the book touches on gender identity and ethnic identity, sexual identity, and I think it's pretty formative in how identities are formed, that family members are influential. I probably began writing less about the family characters as time went on in the book, and as I became interested in other themes too. And the book really did morph a lot in the writing process, and the book was developed over 9 years. It took 9 years from conception to publication, so quite a lot of changes occurred even in the very concept of the book as well. The pop culture is, in a way, it's a great lens through which to explore the themes of identity that the book touches on, because I think our sense of ourselves is powerfully sort of informed and formed and kind of reformed through our engagement with all sorts of stories that we engage with, that help us to sort of make sense of and organize and structure our thoughts about the world and who we are and who we might want to become. My favorite instance might be the last story, Cockrock, in which the narrator of the book, the protagonist, ends up going to Tokyo. Is this giant being, and goes to Tokyo and performs this rock concert and becomes a sort of rock god, if you like. And in the story, the narrator in particular performs a lot of cock rock, And so, in drawing on this sort of genre of rock music, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It took me back to my high school days and sitting around with my friends, talking about Bon Jovi and Poison and Warrant and bands like that. It was such a gorgeous sort of area to sort of delve into. So this is highly theatricalized and version of masculinity that's in cock rock. It's laden, with so much sort of fun and flair and ripe for sort of irony, ironic exploration is, but also a way to sort of repurpose that sort of very stagey kind of masculinity in interesting ways too. It's a lot of fun, that story. I don't know how much we've captured the spirit of the book. I mean, I guess we've had in some ways it felt like a bit of a serious conversation. The book is a lot of fun. There's a piece in the book about some ninjas who invade a call centre, and it's written in Malaysian English, and in the piece is called, Ayo, the group of ninjas is entering, destroying a call centre. This coming Tuesday, the 29th of April, the book is being launched in Toronto. It's already had a New York launch. The Toronto launch is significant to me, personally significant, because Toronto is the city in which I hope to eventually live. I did want to do something special for this launch, and Vivek Schreier, another Arsenal Pulp Press author, and a great artist in terms of other art forms too, a great musician, also works in film as well. Vivek is joining me. We're doing a joint performance, and I'm really excited about that. There's multimedia involved, and it's something a little bit different from what I would normally do. And we're also having a facilitated conversation with a local scholar and artist, Punan Kozla. And I think that will be an interesting experience too. The event in Vancouver is a reading. It's on the 30th of May, and it's a reading for Asian Heritage Month. And I'll be appearing with 3 other authors. And this is going to be interesting for me because we don't have Asian Heritage Month in Australia, and it's not very often that I get to read in a lineup solely comprised of authors of Asian background. And I'm excited about that. I am.